So apparently, we saw Blacked in America, Brave New World. But what do the knuckleheads think about it? Find out coming up.
Brand new banger.
It's Knucklehead Comics Tuesday. It's fucking Tuesday. We got Lay in the building. We got Cap in the building. Cabs can't make it tonight, but he's here in spirit on Lay.
My man, just chilling, brother, chilling.
What's up, Cap? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Is that and the father goes shamefully? That's my son. And the other guy goes shamefully. Orion goes, that's my father. Choose fear and hate to run your life. Something you can't do. That was wrong with me from the beginning. I was doing it that way. I was gonna go down that path. I worried.
You thought it was Grayson?
Sorry, got hurt with this. Like, not him. Not him.
Crack his brain for anybody that can help and remembers. Freeze.
The media.
No,
Randall Savage.
Randall Savage. With his knowledge and all other shit and his capacity to learn.
Absolutely.
This is the only vegan I'll ever eat is grilled chicken wings, because that's like vegan to me. You know what I'm saying? Because the chicken wings are supposed to be fried, but you grill the chicken wings, you put it in some sauce, and give it some blue cheese.
Is vegan.
That's vegan. Like regular moo cow fuck milk, put it in some Honey Nut Cheerios, vegan, because Honey Nut Cheerios is good for your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I steal the question from Cabs.
I got it right.
I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal. I would also like to steal.
You're too late.
Wow.
I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype, I stay loose, I stay hype. I could do this all night, cause I do what I like. Yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow. Yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow. Cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. In the zone, here I go. Yeah, they know I'm a pro. Let's go, let's go! Yeah! Let's go! Here I go, I get lit, I get hyped for this shit! That's right.
Word. He be like, I got a left elbow and a right elbow. I can break your face with an any elbow. Make sure that you get elbowed in your elbow with an elbow. Got the arm ball, get the phone ball, get around with the bomb ball. Yo, what's going on, everybody? This fucking Tuesday night. You know what that means? The Knuckleheads are back. We are better than ever. Show is on time. Coach is making his guest appearance on Tuesday. He looks like he's making it his home. Cap is here. And Cap, are you the African American Captain America, or are you the Captain America of America?
I am Captain America, regardless of who's underneath the fucking cowl.
And that's how you do it. And that's what we want to hear. Right, Show?
That's right.
Now, Show said that this movie sucked so much, it made him want to go to Africa.
Yeah. Before we start, anybody else think Show looks like an Ewok right now?
Okay.
That's Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's Chewbacca, but all right.
I can't get shit right. I'm sorry.
Nope. What up, Courtney?
Funny thing is, he's still driving, so that car's moving.
Yeah.
All right, so we got any news to get to before we get into our topic of discussion?
Yeah, we got a little bit. Let me just shake the tree and see what bananas fall out of the leaves. You know what I'm saying? But let's see now what we got here. Joe.
Yes, sir.
All right. Joe don't got no news. He shook
No,
that
I
tree.
don't. I don't.
All right. Anthony Mackie actually went to one movie theaters to introduce the movie, which is pretty dope.
with a shield in hand and popcorn.
Oh, I got the 10 reasons why the shit was bad that I know you wanted to talk about, so I got that here.
All right, yeah. So I guess we can. I guess we could jump into it then. If there's
Oh,
no pressing news.
let me ask you a question. So we always get these videos from comic book variant, the guy who does the comic book variant show on YouTube and shit. And for some reason, it's always like DC versus Marvel. And for this motherfucker, it's like DC is the clear winner no matter what. And I want to get y'all's opinion on, do you think that the DC heroes and villains can kill the Marvel universe as easy as a fucking 1-2 step? Like, do you think the Justice League is that powerful that they would destroy Galactus and all the other threats that the Avengers have faced without equivocation?
Uh,
Like that word, Hodge?
I like that word. Good use of that word.
all right. I'm gonna say this. If you look at the makeup between the Avengers and the Justice League, Captain Marvel, Spider-Man, and maybe no, not even that. Captain Marvel, and Spider-Man are the two otherworldly powerful beings, and the Hulk. We're throwing the Hulk. So there's three otherworldly powerful beings on the full roster of the what do you call it? The Avengers. On the other side, there is Batman, the only one who's not otherworldly powerful.
Okay.
So by design, when you have demigods, speed gods, Kryptonian gods, fucking intergalactic, space cops,
Planetary. I'm sorry.
you have all these people who have immense power, and there's only one who matters, who's significant, who's just a normal man. And the other side, you got people who have power, but they're normal people who've come across it, and just a handful of people who have worldly power, again, who are significant members. Like, there's no comparison there. But I would like to point out that when DC and Marvel fought, it came to a tie with Marvel ahead.
Ooh, okay.
So just to point this out, because we went strictly with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman picked up Thor's hammer and went with Thor's hammer and her abilities against Storm, and Storm beat her ass.
Ooh.
So we could do one-on-one comparisons, and we could figure out who might be who. But if we're going straight Avengers roster, Justice League roster, the Justice League has more heavy hitters. But DC is more like gods roaming the earth and pantheon than they are a normal guy or girl got put in a situation. How do they become heroes?
Okay. Now, who in the DC universe uses the power of cosmic?
That's hard to say because they don't call it the power cosmic. But Orion's super strong like that. You would have to say, since he's an alien. Martian Manhunter, Superman, Supergirl. There's the Green Lanterns have cosmic-ish type powers. The Spectre is also fucking ultra powerful. What do you call it? The Flash, with his ability and what he could do with the Speed Force, that's in that same realm.
All right, let me ask you this question. Out of Who's the greatest Green Lantern? It's not Hal Jordan. It's
Well, it's a toss up. Hal Jordan is the most popular Green Lantern, followed by John Stewart, but Kyle Reiner is written to be the overall top Lantern.
okay. So the Green Lantern is willpower. Who would ultimately have the most will? Steve Rogers, Bruce Wayne, or Kyle Reiner?
Steve Rogers.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
So that would technically mean that Steve Rogers would be a better Green Lantern than.
Yeah, so this is the problem, right? Because Steve Rogers would definitely be a better Green Lantern. Right? And to prove positive, John Stewart, although he is not as popular as Hal Jordan or Kyle Reiner, the argument is to be made that he is the best Green Lantern. He's former military. He has the same fucking regiment as Steve. He has similar belief system as Steve. Right? So the problem goes in when you're comparing them is, would Steve be the better Green Lantern? Yes. But can Steve beat a Green Lantern in a fight? Probably not, based on what they can do and the ease of, just wrapping him in a bubble and sending him off to space. Like,
Okay. So, because the thing is like I hear this guy, and I don't hear what you're telling me. I hear a bias. I hear this guy clearly likes DC better than Marvel. So it's almost like, yeah, Marvel does have people who breathe in it, but DC will always have gods and they kill everybody.
well, all right. Yeah, there's some of that in there, but you also got to look at it this way. If you're talking, you do the sports podcast, right? If you're talking in the 90s, who would you rather have? The Chicago Bulls, or who do you think is better, the Chicago Bulls or the 90s Knicks? You growing up in New York, you might be like, yo, Starks and Ewing and Oakley and all those other motherfuckers who were on the team, Anthony Mason. They were a powerhouse team. The Knicks are fucking clearly better on paper. But then you go, yeah, but then you put them head to head, and Jordan's beating us every fucking time.
Yeah, man.
So I mean,
that show's fault.
Yeah. So it's hard to do these things on paper. Stan Lee said it best. They asked Stan Lee in an interview who would win between, I think it was like Spider-Man and the Thing. And Stan Lee said, and I'm paraphrasing the quote to the best of my recollection, he goes, I hate this question because when it comes to who will win between what character and what character, it comes down to who the writer needs to win to perpetuate the story. Like, it's pointless to ask that question because what story do you want to tell? In DC versus Marvel, Captain America and Batman fought to a standstill, a stalemate. Then I think like the sewer system flooded, and Batman had to pull Steve out. Right? But I could probably give you 10 reasons why Cap would win that fight. But somebody who's a Batman fan can give me 10 reasons why Batman will win that fight.
Ooh, interesting.
So it all depends on the narrative. So if he sounds like he's DC leaning, well, then all of his narrative is going to put DC forward. So, I mean, it's interesting for discussion. It's interesting for debate. But it's similar to one of those, to like a sports debate where you're like, yo, would Babe Ruth hit so many home runs now? Or would Aaron Judge be able to hit home runs back then? It's fun to think about, but it's hard to quantify.
Yeah. Okay,
I ramble too much. You guys.
No.
I mean, I'm just a guest here. No, but I do agree with you. It's whoever's going to win is whoever the writer needs to win. And unfortunately, like we can all speculate. Like people forget how brolic Spider-Man really is because he always holds back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And people also underestimate how brolic Superman is because he also holds back.
Yeah, and if he's holding back,
Right. You know, it's like the adage, like I hold back because I'm afraid of my own strength or afraid of my own craziness. So, I try to, rein myself back, That's the same thing. It's like, we on paper we can all discuss, we can make discussions and arguments for Superman beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah.
except Goku.
Shit. That's just another fucking.
You know what
That
I'm saying?
wasn't even fair when I brought that shit up.
Without prep time, because if we give people prep time, we all know Batman's gonna kill everybody.
Yeah.
What? All right. So if you gave Batman prep time, would he still be able to beat Daredevil?
Yes. And only because the simplest way to beat Daredevil is to throw up a massive amount of noise to disorient him. And once he's disoriented, you're beating the shit out of a blind man.
Basically,
So
Now, this is why I have a problem with this discussion because now, given enough time, can Batman beat the Hulk? Can he figure out some way to do it?
probably.
Can he? Probably. But we're not accounting for the fact that in reality, the Hulk's faster. He'll run up, squeeze his fucking head, pop, he's gone.
Pretty much.
The Hulk can crush fucking planets, but that never gets taken into account.
yeah.
We can't take that into account.
Yeah,
What-
people
Hulk-
forget how fast everybody sees the Hulk and sees this massive amount of human being, but they don't realize the man can move.
Yeah. Joe, he withstood the full brunt of Black Bolt yelling at him. A whisper will take out the entire Bat family, no matter how well he's prepared. There ain't enough fucking earplugs in the world for that.
Could the Hulk squeeze Adamantium? Like bend it if he squeezed it tight enough, or he not strong? Is that metal too strong?
He might be able to. So maybe not Wolverine's forearms and where it's attached to the musculature and his frame and all that, because his body makeup is such that he has to be able to withstand the weight and the movement of that. But I would have to believe that if Wolverine's brought his claws out, the Hulk would be able to shift them and bend them.
Would he be able to squash the skull?
No. No, because like I said, that part would probably be a little bit too much for him
Then-
to. Yeah, but I mean, he can still do damage.
He can sure as hell separate that head from the body and then chuck the head into the sun easily.
Okay, all right. Now,
Gone.
shit. The only person that Batman wouldn't be able to beat with prep time would be Spider-Man.
No, the only
Because of his-
person that Batman without prep time will never be able to beat is two people. One, because of the way she is beating every other person on the planet,
Is a Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl. And if you know anything about Squirrel Girl, they always
What up, Janelle?
cut away and come back, and she's standing over Thanos or Galactus or Doctor Doom. Right? And the other legitimate answer is he cannot beat Deadpool. There is no amount of planning you can do for the unpredictability of Deadpool.
That's why Taskmaster can't beat Deadpool either.
Yeah, and that's a guy who literally sees what you do and copies it exactly.
It's because
and
it's
he
just
can't do it with Deadpool.
because he's just that unpredictable.
All right. So, in some news today, I found at least two things. Marvel is highly interested in casting Dwayne the Rock Johnson as Apocalypse in the MCU.
Why?
Well, it looks like the hierarchy of power is changing once again. Marvel, he failed at playing a pseudo-Egyptian once. You want to give him another one?
That he actually can physically pass as that person. Like he failed as Black Adam, guys. Come on now.
That is true.
Yo, there's gotta be.
He failed as the Scorpion King.
Yeah, there's gotta be an Egyptian actor who's out there who doesn't mind putting on a little bit of muscle, who would do a hell of a job playing a Sabanur, representing that culture, representing what the fuck what his ethnicity and his background stands for, and bringing that to the forefront. That we don't need the guy who can only play himself or a character that doesn't really say shit.
I mean, here's my thing with The Rock. There are movies where you see him actually expand. Like the Netflix shit, the Jungle Ride or whatever, he don't play himself in that movie. And I actually enjoyed the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, might as well have Mr. T play.
As a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, you looking for somebody to play fucking Black Adam? The guy that played fucking Namor could have played Black Adam if you put more power, more muscle on him.
Yeah. But I mean, the guy from the Mummy.
Brandon Fraser or Imhotep?
No, the one that was on the horse helping him out.
Oh, yo, my man from Deuce Bigelow, Mel Gigolo, gotcha.
Yeah.
Fishy.
You know, at one point he was on the list for Tony Stark.
Really?
Yeah, back in the very beginning, he was on the short list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did Joe say? Did Joe say something?
I said, if you're gonna get The Rock, you might as well get Mr. T. It's the same shit. They can only play themselves.
No, Mr. T was not Clubber Lang. Clubber Lang was a completely different person than what the fuck Mr. T is.
Yeah,
completely different, bro.
But you know, the dude from Mortal Kombat 2.
All right, you're just being too vague, bro.
No, the guy who played Shao Kahn.
Yeah, the guy who played Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
He was always the pick for Apocalypse back in the day.
Yeah, but dude, again, let's actually I know, and not to get too political on the show, but I know we are no longer allowed to have diversity and try to, bring everybody else on board. It's by law now. It's by law. You three should not be on this show. It should just be me and Ray. Yep. We're breaking the law right now.
Yep.
We are.
Fuck all that for a second.
Viva la resistance.
La resistance.
Yeah. Fuck all that right now. Let's get somebody who actually belongs from that culture, who we haven't seen before.
Can act.
Come in and represent, like we had homeboy, and I can't pronounce his name, who was Namor. Come in and shine a little bit more authenticity to the role of the Aztec god. Right? It's not that fucking difficult. And I don't need it to be because DIE or DIY, whatever the fuck diversity include. No, the motherfucking characters from Egypt. And not today's Egypt, from ancient fucking Egypt.
Skin of bronze, baby. Skin of bronze.
Or-
Yeah, so how about we just get, Oscar Isaac, cool. But it didn't quite work. He's great as Moon Knight.
yeah.
That's where he fits in.
Well,
Let's
I
get
mean,
somebody else who fucking fits.
listen, they had the X-Men versus Isaac Ooze in Age of Apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's the closest to a good Power Ranger movie.
yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
No, yeah.
Shit.
You talking about my man Ivan Ooze?
Yeah. Because he looked exactly like that.
My man, it was almost like the Sonic thing where people bitch so much that they had a the guy was originally gonna be purple. And we were like, no, Apocalypse is blue. Like, what are you doing? Like in the original trailer, Apocalypse was purple. That's why everybody called him fucking Ivan Ooze. Just like the original trailer for Sonic, that Sonic looked horrible.
That Sonic looked like Timu Sonic.
You know what I'm
Imagine what Knuckles and
saying?
this
Tails.
other motherfucker looked like if they would have kept that Sonic.
Yo,
What up, normal guy? I
see,
see
I'm
your
glad I
message
can't-
first, normal guy, but I can't post it up.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that I can't be canceled anymore. But the original Sonic looked like they found him in Make-A-Wish. It was like his wish was to be in a movie.
Some kid drew Sonic and they said, "Can we use my son's reference?"
Sure.
I was talking about the character actually being in there, not a kid, but whatever.
Bro, it's
Appreciate you, normal guy.
I don't know,
No, but-
dude. It's just hard. It's just horrible.
To be honest with you, I think if you're gonna have The Rock as a character, I need him to be like a third string character, like an X-Force character, somebody that people don't really know.
Make
But
him
the
strong
leader of a
guy
team.
from X Factor. From X.
I mean, there's something like that that works because one, if you're
X
gonna have
Factor.
him lead a franchise, you can't fuck up X Force because people don't know it.
I'm strong guy originally from X Factor. My fault, guys. But either or, if you
it
go
don't
X
matter.
Force, X Factor, and you make him strong guy, that's it. That's all he is.
Yeah, and the best thing is, no one's gonna look at him and go, "Be Stone Cold Steve Austin," because that's what they said in the Fast and Furious.
People forget that the strong guy in the comics, when he's not picking up something and making himself look brolic, he's posing most of the time.
He's a strong guy.
That would be perfect for The Rock.
There you go. Have him team up with Peck and whoever the fuck else is there. And there you go.
Man, strong guy. Listen, bro. If anybody has read actual X Factor comics or whatever, strong guy when he's not in, when he's not fighting, he's after Polaris. Yeah, that's it. That's The Rock right there, bro. He's trying to flex for Polaris.
That's it. And then
Not knowing that Polaris is Magneto's daughter. I don't care what anybody says.
Word.
That's all you need The Rock to do. Just sit there, pose. He can't even do his fucking eyebrow bullshit.
Word.
We don't need you to talk.
That's it. Yeah. Show.
Yes, sir. I'm still here.
You ready for a little fun comic book fact?
I'm ready. I was born ready.
All right. Due to the Red Skull's ties to the Nazis, most supervillains refuse to ally with him. Some even consider him an enemy.
Magneto did.
That's crazy.
Oh, I can imagine Magneto did.
So
That
I was gonna say it's another question for sure. True or false? Does the Red Skull have an even crazier offspring that has terrorized Captain America?
Let me see. I'm trying to think. True.
Wait, are you trying to think or are you thinking?
I am. I'm trying to think. I don't think I can do that well.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Didn't you hear the things grinding, the wheels grinding? That was Drew
But you are correct. Sin is the daughter of Red Skull.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie. She was hot until she then lost her face and just had a red skull.
So, all right. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but show this is a little fun fact. Not even the Joker would fucking team with the Red Skull.
Damn.
Uh,
This one must be dangerous.
you know what? I don't know. I can't guarantee that the Joker would never have done it.
I could have swore I saw that somewhere.
So this is her.
Before her face melted.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find.
Look, yeah. So it says, reminder that even the Joker finds Nazism despicable and un-American, and tried to kill the Red Skull after finding out he was one of them.
Jesus.
All right.
Even a psychotic like the Joker.
Yep.
You saw what she looked like, right?
Yeah. Damn. A little bit of green on her. She'll be all right.
Yo, I mean, she's got her father's face and the tits of every woman Red Skull's ever hated.
I do have one question. Just one. And it's in the intro. Who the fuck is Dave?
Who is Dave?
Who the fuck and where is Dave?
I have one question. Why is Dave?
When is Dave? No, well, all right. So he made the video, but two, he was the Pro Wrestling Podcast. We had him on the show a couple times. Then he went did his own thing, and now he just puts news on Instagram. He doesn't do the podcast anymore. Yo, this is an old intro, Coach. We're working on a new one. Me, and Spike Lee are working on a new one. Now, Show, are you ready?
Of course I'm ready. I wanted to ask you why the Red Skull doesn't join up with the Red Hulk, and we can have an all red team. Fuck that.
Because at the end of the day, the Red Hulk is all American.
Yeah. Again, the Red Hulk is not a fucking Nazi.
Damn. He sure was acting like one in the movie.
No spoilers. Come on now.
Well, I was gonna get to 10 reasons.
All the spoilers.
All right, so before we get to our review, I was gonna get to 10 reasons.
Well,
Captain America: Brave New World. Go ahead.
I think we should do that after we give our thoughts.
All right, Show. Don't give no more advice on how to run the show. You've been shut down.
Nah, I mean, let's see what we thought before we have to go in here and defend other points.
All right. It's been confirmed. In case people were wondering this, Henry Cavill does eat steak. Sunday steak dinner on a grill. So, Joe, there's no more need to worry yourself.
Yo, he should be working on his Warhammer movie.
All right, but let's get to the
Still
nitty.
owes Ray a burger. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, word.
Oh, my man.
All right,
Yo,
let's get to the
that's
nitty
like
and the
Curtis
gritty.
Axel. He's never been eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Fuck
Can I finish?
that. No nitty and gritty. Fuck that.
Word. Show. Let's get to the nitty and the gritty of the shit show. I liked Captain America: Brave New World. I know Show doesn't like it.
I wouldn't say I don't like it. I think I need to rewatch it. I need to have a controller, and I need to be able to rewind it from time to time. This movie is more. Are we giving spoiler alerts?
No, yeah.
Well,
Speaking of,
no, I don't think you're gonna give out a spoiler. I need you to just explain to us what you're talking about.
To me, this movie. Now that I'm with you guys, because usually I would have watched it as a normal person, but now that I'm watching it as a professional,
As a
this
frog,
movie, this movie was actually very informative. Like it seemed like a setup movie for what's coming, but nobody would have known that, and they're gonna sit at the theater and think it's boring. But it had a lot of hints. It had a lot of clues of shit that's to come. It had everything we've been asking for. Like, yo, give me a movie that's gonna progress the MCU, and it did. But everybody's complaining that it's boring. I don't know if I'm weird, or maybe I captured information that I wasn't supposed to. Like, like they want the Avengers together. That's big. Like, who the fuck is gonna be the Avengers? We don't got no Iron Man. Who you bringing? Who you getting?
You do know that he ends up leading the Young Avengers.
Oh, you see, that's why you need somebody like me to fuck shit up, so you have to correct me.
they got Ant-Man. You know, they got
I will agree with
Kamala
Show on
Khan.
this. I will agree with Show on this. There is a lot of insight in the movie that if you haven't watched the other movies or you haven't watched the show, you might miss it.
Yep.
I will give them that. And that's one of the things I actually liked about this movie, that they incorporated other points from the other stuff that they have done. You know, I was scared that they were just going to do, oh, we got a black Captain America, and then that's it.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
you and the internet as well, who still believe that's what they got.
But they didn't. They did an amazing job of incorporating everything without making the movie 4 hours long.
Yeah. And you know, I would say this, that the focal point of Sam's inner turmoil isn't I'm not Steve Rogers. It's I should have taken that fucking serum.
Yo,
Yeah. Just to piggyback off of that, because I know, again, in the cold open, I even said it. I referenced everybody's weird disdain for a black Captain America. But again, to piggyback off of his inner turmoil, every single one of us, white, black, Asian, Spanish, Pacific Islander, whoever the fuck you are, Steve Rogers hands you the shield, you're gonna question if you're the right person to take up the mantle after him.
Show, mute your fucking mic, bro.
I got him.
Like everybody's gonna question whether they can fucking handle that responsibility.
Live up to that. Yeah, live up to that name.
That's
That
not a
moniker?
uniquely certain aspects of it. Yeah, they 100% belong to the African American community. But the bulk of it, that's everybody's experience.
Yeah, am I good enough? You know what? And you can see that it was throughout the movie. He was, yo, am I good enough? And then pivots right to, I should have taken that goddamn serum.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny that they kept referring to that, because it shows you that at the end of the day, the guy is just a normal guy. And that's truly who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I that's one of the aspects that I actually liked about it, that he kept saying, why didn't I take that serum? But I digress. That's a point for a little bit further on in the show. But look, I actually enjoy the fact that they just didn't come out and say, okay, white Captain America is dead. here's Black Captain America. Enjoy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because not for nothing, but Marvel's kind of, especially under Disney, has done that in a couple of their projects. You know, where it's like, you know what? I don't care. We're just going to erase this little fact right here, and this is the new, this is the new fact.
Pocahontas.
You know,
Yeah.
so I kind of enjoy that they did not just say, "Yeah, that never happened." This is new reality.
Yeah. But you know, unlike the Black Panther, which I would say this until I'm blue in the face, the media had me thinking Black Panther was just 3 hours of I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blibbity black, and I'm black, y'all, and fuck the government. Like they made it seem like this was the most political movie in the history of movies, and that the black community is gonna take control, and Disney got their back. And then I watch it and I go, "It's a Marvel movie.
Yep.
What happened here?" It kind of fucked it up for me. I was expecting something different. I was like, that was the reason why I said I'm not looking at shit for any other movie. You know, but this was straight out. I know who the fuck I am, and this is how I am Captain America, and this is why I am Captain America. No one can take this shit from me. Now it's just you chewing big pieces of food. So that's when he's like, "Yo, I need the serum," but my man is not afraid of the shit. And then his boy is Spanish, which I said in the quick review. Now, for us Spanish people, unless my man walks in there like a cholo, we don't know if this Spanish actor is playing a white man, a Spanish man, or any other race until they tell us what race he is. And it's kind of fucked up because there's so many different types of Spanish people out in the world
Yeah.
that we need that. But I'm sitting there like, yo, no one has mentioned that the two leads in this movie is a black man and a Spanish man. We're leading a Captain America movie. Like, one of the most beloved heroes in the Marvel universe is being led by a Spanish man and a black man.
I'm not gonna lie. That was not lost on me. The moment I saw him and I'm like, wait a minute, and then I heard him talking, I'm like, okay, wait a minute, and then they said his name. I'm like, what? Okay, we got the minorities leading the fucking, this whole thing, which was kind of cool, especially in the midst of what's going on in our country at the moment.
Yeah. Which I kind of we'll get into this later. I just want to mention this so that way we don't forget. Which I kind of think is the reason why there were multiple reshoots. But we'll get more into that later on when we hit the spoiler alerts and shows. Stop sneezing.
I got a quick question. Did this
Up.
feel like did this feel like part two to the Incredible Hulk or a second Captain America movie? Because I could have sworn this was a Hulk movie.
Nah, it was a Captain America movie.
To me, it kind of felt like the second season of Captain America and Winter Soldier.
So I have a slightly different take, which is my only negative. Is this? It did feel like a movie was happening, and Captain America got pulled into it.
Yeah.
Like if you take Captain America out of it, you could still have 90% of that movie with Thunderbolt and the leader and the Red Hulk and all that shit, and it still goes down the same way. So that's my only negative. So yeah, it did feel like this was the whole and they just brought Cap into it.
I mean, I can see that aspect, but I was watching the movie, and when the leader came out, no, mind you, they never said his name.
Yeah.
But the moment I saw him, I literally said, "Oh shit, they got the leader in this movie." And mind you, I saw it at 9 o'clock in the morning, so the theater wasn't packed. So I said it kind of loud, and there was a couple of people around me that was like, "Yo, who's the leader?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, these people don't know who the fuck the leader is." I was like,
I I knew who the leader is, and that wasn't the leader. I even went back to watch the movie. That's a different fucking guy.
What makes you
What?
say that, Joe?
Because when I went to watch the Incredible Hulk, because it made me want to watch the Incredible Hulk. That's how much of a Hulk movie it was. I went back to watch the Incredible Hulk, and the leader had white hair with white eye. The father of fucking Liv Taylor is a different guy.
Wow, you talking about
because that
Absorbing
guy
Man?
died.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
completely different movie, show.
No.
Oh,
He's confusing Thunderbolt Ross with
Yes,
Samuel Stern, the leader.
yes.
okay. I thought
Yo,
that was
so,
they
all
was
right, so
both her
hold on.
father.
Let me say this in a language that show can understand. The leader was Mr. Blue in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Okay.
That's who the leader was. Remember at the end where the scientist that was trying to take the Hulk out of the Bruce Banner, the gamma blood landed on his head and his head mutated?
Yeah, the guy that
That
looks like the
yeah,
Green Creature from X-Men.
yeah, that's the leader.
Oh, okay. I thought we was talking about Liv Taylor's father.
No,
It's
no,
a different guy.
yeah, because he died in real life.
Okay. Ah, you see? My
Yeah.
bad. I ain't know that.
So that was Thunderbolt Ross. I thought you were talking about the Ang Lee Hulk.
Yeah. You know what? I'm
No.
actually surprised and glad that they incorporated bitch from the Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, where they brought in Liv Tyler. I
Yeah.
mean, like like seeing her in pictures or whatever. It was like, all right, whatever. And at the end, when she actually came out, I was like, oh shit, all right, okay, they did it. I was like, all right, cool.
Continuity.
I mean, it's Liv Tyler. I mean, I still give it to
Yeah.
her.
No, you don't want to miss a thing over there.
No, and she's crazy.
Word.
But like I the thing I really liked about this movie, like I said before, is that they brought in different aspects from the different universe. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they had Bucky in the movie and he really didn't do anything, I was like, oh. And they acknowledged that they actually did some stuff before. That all goes back to they acknowledged that there was a past.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, we're gonna start fresh. I love that aspect that they did not forget that they actually did have a past.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of shocking to hear that he's a congressman now.
Not if you pick up on clues in the Thunderbolts trailer,
Yeah.
because
I
I don't want to get into it because potential spoiler. I could be wrong. I might be right. Who knows? But
we'll get into the Thunderbolts in another day.
Right. The fact that that his head of security or whatever she was a Black Widow.
Oh yeah.
And they actually made reference to it. I was like, oh, I like this.
now, as somebody who's only 5'4" and has never given a shit about his height ever, did it look weird that she's, and forgive me for saying this, she looked like a giant midget?
She did.
Like, she was so fucking small. That just looked weird to me.
No,
She
I
looked
hear you.
like when the camera's on her and nobody's around, I 100% buy that she's tough as nails, can kick the shit out of anybody.
Yeah, but when
When
she's
they
around
pan
other
out
people,
and she's at the motherfucker's kneecap,
Fucking, she's 3 foot tall.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, this is not.
And the crazy part is that her body is not
all together.
well. No, you know how I'm gonna try to be political correct, but a little person, whatever, has characteristics that you're like, okay, they got the short arms. You know what I'm saying? Like she looked like she was just a big kid.
Yeah, like
Like her body looked like a normal person's body. It was just miniature size. Like she didn't look like she had dwarfism or any other kind of I don't know. Cat probably knows all the terminology.
Deformity.
No, you said it correctly.
Yeah, dwarfism. Yeah, but I know there's other forms of dwarfism and whatever. Like she didn't look like that when it was her by herself. But when you put her against everybody else, I'm just like, okay, she looked like she's 3.5 feet tall. But for some reason, she looked like she could still kick some ass.
Yeah, I 100% bought her as a Red Room,
Right.
Black Widow.
Russian mafia looking bitch.
It just looked like I wasn't expecting it the first time they panned out and they showed her compared to everybody else. I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, I didn't think she was that small.
I mean, when they mentioned it, and the Spanish dude was like, "What?" and then Sam turned around and said, "Yeah, you don't fuck with her. That's what that means." It was like, yeah, it means a little bit more than you don't fuck with her. Like shit. But this is the thing that I was telling Cap. I want to see the hand. I want to see this. I want some to throw everything together. And this movie did that. Now, with all the rewrites, for whatever reason they may be, I think maybe this would have been awesome, like even better as a season 2 of Captain America and Falcon. Maybe if they did like a Disney Plus series of it, because one, the we can't hide from this. The CGI at the end of the movie was horrible.
Yo, I'm sorry. This is bullshit.
She's 5'11".
No, her height is listed as 5'2".
All right, so same height as show.
Yo, Tom Cruise is 5'8". You telling me that's a 6-inch difference between Tom Cruise and her?
Hey,
Tom
it depends
Cruise
on who's watching. 6
camera
inches
looks
is a lot.
like 3 feet taller than she does.
Hey,
bro, how tall is Mackie?
Anthony, let me look that up right now.
5'11", 6 foot. 5'13", maybe.
5'13".
Anthony Mackie is 5'10".
When they were standing next to each other, he looked like he was 6'5".
Yeah,
that's how short she looked next to him.
That's because he stood up straight. It's all about posture. No, but all right. So getting past her height, the CGI at the end was bad. But I think that's due to like rewrites and rushes.
Which part at the end?
Oh, the fight with the blossoms.
Yeah,
cherry blossoms. You could tell that was green screen.
All the time, but
And before I get into the shit I actually did like about this, I told Toe at the beginning of the movie, it was taking me out of it a little bit because that was clearly his fucking stunt double fighting in that first action set piece.
What, when he was going after
when he dropped in?
Yeah,
he was like, "Wait for it," and the fucking cloud hit him hit everybody at the church.
Yeah,
for me, the difference of noticing that's the stunt double was like watching "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," and her mom started doing backflips and shit. You're like, that's clearly not her.
Wait, it was like the rundown.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I I like the fact that, and we'll get into it with the other shit. This was a coherent story from beginning to end.
Yes.
I didn't see where you. Oh, there's where the reshoot happened. There's where the reshoot happened. I didn't see that. It was a complete story from beginning to end. I loved the fact that Harrison Ford didn't play. He tried. He gave us a little bit of Thaddeus Ross, but he played Thunderbolt Ross. Because there was at least 3 to 4 times I was looking at the screen going, "That's fucking Thunderbolt Ross. This motherfucker's an asshole. He is a piece of shit." So I appreciated that. I appreciated Anthony Mackie bringing Sam Wilson's sensibility to Cap and how he portrayed his version of Cap. That I thought was powerful as shit.
Yeah.
And I appreciated how they portrayed the leader and how he was a step ahead of everybody. But like in the comics, the leader works on probability. But he can't think about unpredictability. So you can get him when you're unpredictable.
That's right.
But once he knows you're unpredictable, he then has a contingency. So you don't get him for long, but you can get him. There's a window where all that shit works. And I thought that was portrayed brilliantly. Now,
yeah,
what did you guys think of the design of the leader?
All right, so
before I get that, Damien asked, "Is it me or did the Red Hulk look like they use a toy?" I didn't think it looked like a toy.
No, I actually thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was the background and those leaves that fucked me up.
Well, I was telling somebody today, the first Hulk, he looked like a completely CGI, looked like a fucking a kid, you know, completely fake. Then they did a better job with Norton's Hulk, and I think they perfected the thing with Mark's Hulk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So now to do it to Harrison Ford, it was a lot easier. So, but yeah, I don't think he looked like a toy at all. I actually thought they did a good job of making him still look a little bit like Harrison Ford.
The only thing that I didn't like was the fact that he doesn't have the mustache.
They made him shave it off.
Yeah, but was that a thing of Harrison Ford didn't want the mustache?
Probably.
Dude,
I'd have to believe so.
I would say so. The only movie I actually seen Ford with facial hair was The Fugitive.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, so his hair went from gray to black. He could have grew the mustache back.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think that's a Harrison Ford thing. I don't think he didn't want to have a fucking mustache. But
yeah.
So, do you want to pivot before we get to the leader?
Well, you said how did we feel about the leader? I was a little thrown off with the green, just because. No, I know that, but it was like he's Mr. Blue, so I was expecting him to be kind of bluish. You know what I'm saying? But then when I'm like, wait, I actually think about what the leader looks like. It's dope. I kind of wish his head was a little bigger.
So this is a leaked image, like a concept art, which is what I thought they were gonna stick kind of to. But this is a version of what we could have had.
I would have been okay with that.
Yeah,
I like what we got better.
Really?
Yeah.
So the brain protruding through the.
Yeah, because it just gives that distinction that he's abnormal, not like he was born with giant.
So the fact that his skin is green has nothing to do with it.
Well, in that picture, he was regular skin color.
No. There was a green hue to it.
Well, that would have been a different story. Because I saw a white guy with a huge head. That's why I'm like, I mean, he could have just looked like he was born with a huge head. This one didn't look like, something fucked up.
He has elephantitis.
Yeah,
Whatever,
you know,
whatever
the,
that's
the
called.
Andre the George Animal Steel shit. You know, his head was huge.
So you
Yeah,
can see
he's
you
green.
can see it there. It's a little bit of a green tint.
If they would have put the same level of green that they had in the movie on that, maybe. But I mean, I didn't really
Listen,
mind too much of his look.
I like the way they made him look in the movie. If they would have gone with that concept art, I probably would not have been mad either.
Yeah,
The,
this is a
the
good way
only
to put it.
reason the only reason I bring it up is because one, I know what the leader's supposed to look like, which is just a me thing. But two, I didn't think that there was enough, knowing that he has gamma radiated blood. I didn't think that there was enough progression from where we first saw him to now 16 years later. It's like in a span of 16 years, that's all that happened to you?
I got a question for you
Like
guys.
none of it started healing back. None of it, you know. But
Go
again,
ahead.
that's me coming in with knowledge from outside of what the movie is trying to sell.
But look, me and you probably read more comic books than anybody else here. Yeah, I know the leader, a big ass fucking head with veins and everything. He's green and has an orange jumpsuit. For some reason, I don't know why it was orange or whatever. Like that's what I remember in the comics. You know, the way they made it seem, the way they made him in the movie is like, yes, even though his yeah, exactly. Even though his skin is green, because he didn't have the huge cranium head, you know, he can wear the hat or whatever and like mask himself just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It would be hard for him to walk around with that with that all the way on the right with that orange and yellow jumpsuit and that big ass forehead. You know what I'm saying? Like I can appreciate the fact that they made him like, oh, you know what? Let's make him not that crazy. That way he can blend in if needed to.
I see your point.
Because you know, it would make it easier for him to, even though he's used to moving around in the shadows, like if it would make it easier for him to, you know, like when he went to go meet Sam at the outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like
I see it.
it wasn't until like he raised his head or whatever that Sam was like that everybody can see that he was fucking green. I mean, if he was to wear that kind of hat and trench coat here in the city and just keep on walking, ain't nobody gonna look at him and be like, "Oh, was that motherfucker green?"
Yeah,
Nobody be even look. Nobody even give him a second glance. It's like, all right, whatever. So yeah, like a little bit of be able to disguise. I actually kind of like that.
Sure, you said you had a question?
Yeah, I wanted to know this Mr. Green, is this the same? Is this the same Mr. Blue from the Incredible Hulk that was forced by the Abomination to put the Hulk blood
Yes.
in him? Oh shit! You see, I'm so glad I went back and watched. This is the fucking Incredible Hulk 2. I'm glad I went and watched this movie.
so when you get home, I need you to rewind this part. I literally said that shit the last time we had a conversation on this podcast. Like 10 minutes ago, I told you he was Mr. Blue.
He did.
No, I know. I was putting two and two together. I don't know who the hell Mr. Blue was just from the Captain America movie. Like I said, I had to go back, retrack, and see who the general was and Liv Taylor. I put everything together.
Hold on. Did you not watch Civil War?
I did.
He's the one that Thunderbolt Ross. He's the one who made him sign the Sokovia Accords.
Correct. I heard him mention that when he tried to get the Avengers back. He was like, "You already signed that." Well, when he asked him.
All right.
Whatever your process is, man.
So
Leon goes, "Where's Bruce Banner during all this? Probably off world."
yeah, he could be either in Sakaar He could be working on some kind of scientific shit. He could be running from fucking Thaddeus Ross. Like, remember, the Thunderbolt has been chasing that motherfucker down his whole life.
Even
Yeah,
before even before he became the Incredible Hulk.
You know, he's probably getting his ass whooped by Jen right now on some Hawaiian island.
Yeah, right. Possibility. All right. Let's get to the parts that I think the political views, right? And this is where I think some of the rewrites were written, because when Thunderbolt said we got to put the Avengers back together, I heard, I want you to lead a team of special people for me.
Yes.
Like I heard,
Right there,
I heard,
for
I
me.
want my, yeah, like I heard, I want my own army of you motherfuckers. And that's what I think Steve Rogers would have heard. But Sam Wilson was like, he wants me to put the Avengers back. He didn't fully understand. Wait a minute. You want me to make the Avengers? First off, the Avengers wasn't. We came together because there was a threat on this planet, and I know that Samuel Jackson put them together, but the team themselves all decided we need to get together to end that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was gonna say I kind of disagree because he kind of said, yo, he wants me to get the Avengers to work for him. He
yeah,
ain't seem like he was happy.
But he said we'll be working for him.
yeah, I was gonna say he did tell that to Bucky. So there's a slight underpinning of what you were saying in there.
Yeah. But now this is where I think the rewrites came from, because now the president we got now, and this is a political movie with the president being Thunderbolt Ross, and most of this is he changed, and we have to put our faith in him because he's the president to give people hope. I think that some of the rewrites were, we don't want to lean too heavy into that because the president we got now, we don't want people using this shit as an excuse for when he destroys the planet. Or y'all motherfuckers said that we had to give hope to this motherfucker because he changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people would derive the message from Captain America that they use the black man to, no, Trump's side. You know what I'm saying? And there's one thing that I think I know from Disney is that they don't do the political shit. They don't do religious, political, or any other thing that harms multiple people. They say, "Oh, you got a problem with this motherfucker? You're fired." So I think that's when they turn around and say, "Nah, man, the temperature, it looks like rain outside. So let's do something where we're gonna look and go. Now there's a Red Hulk."
Listen, between Disney and Marvel, they're all about that money.
Yeah.
And they're gonna try their hardest not to make any certain group feel
Me too, Loki.
Alienated. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try not to make any group feel alienated, because they know that at the end of the day, it's gonna hurt their end results, which is their profits.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they made this movie to make more money for them. So they're definitely not going to try to alienate anybody. Too bad.
Yeah, I mean, look what they did with LeFou and Beauty and the Beast, the live action.
Yeah.
Everybody was in an uproar because the motherfucker looked at another man and wanted to dance. And oh my God, how dare they put a LGBTQ?
Wait, I'm gonna assume that was the lantern and the time.
What the fuck, Gaston's boy?
Yeah.
At the end of the live action movie, like everybody's dancing and shit, and a dude walks up to him and was like, "Yo, do you want to dance?" And he smiles back at him.
Didn't they dance in the movie?
Different context. In the animated one, it was just
A
It was
celebration.
men who were just fucking dancing around. But specifically in the live action one, the context was a romantic connection being established.
Okay.
Let me hold your hand.
Yeah, and dude, it is thin as a fucking thinly sliced fucking piece of cheese.
No, but
And people still bugged out and lost their
yo,
mind.
all right,
They had to
let's
cut that scene for certain fucking countries.
let's get to everybody put your heater on and let's get to the hot yoga that these motherfuckers is talking about. My man said Wakandan Captain African America in one of his reviews. And I'm sitting here going, is he talking about Steve Rogers? Because I remember the shield was made from vibranium in Wakanda. And the Wakandans let Steve Rogers keep that shield. Or are we talking about the wings that they gave to Captain America because they destroyed his wings?
And he didn't take the super surgeon.
And he didn't take, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. Like, because the last time I checked, there's a lot of vibranium shit that Cap fucking had and was blessed with. Like, the Black Panther was trying to get all the vibranium back, and they said, hold on, wait. You deserve, like, this is ours, but this is yours.
Not to
Like, good
mention,
blessing.
Sam Wilson fought to defend Wakanda during the invasion in Infinity
Correct.
War.
Yeah.
The Wakandans gave Bucky a new arm.
Word. Happy birthday, Mr. Loki. If you're 50 years old, you don't look a day over 49.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Happy
You know what I'm saying?
birthday.
Like Bucky's new arm came from where? Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is Bucky now half black?
Dude, what pissed me off about that sentence was, oh, he's got Ant-Man's helmet. And it's like, no, he went from flying at a normal rate of speed to now being able to break the sound barrier and hit Mach speeds. You need a fucking
Breathing
like an
apparatus.
airplane fucking pilot's helmet with the mask in order to breathe, so your lungs don't fucking explode due to the accelerated speed that you're
Also-
traveling at a high altitude with
Also-
low fucking oxygen. That's not Ant-Man's fucking mask. That's
Yeah.
a pilot's fucking mask for a guy who's a fucking fighter pilot.
Also, the thing is, like, when you're traveling at those speeds, the intake suck up all the oxygen around you, and you need that artificial oxygen or the oxygen coming from a gas mask to stay alive. You ever seen Independence Day? Put your mask back on. I can't breathe, Big Daddy. That my man was passing out because he was going too goddamn fast without no oxygen in him. If you drive a fucking Bugatti at 200 something miles an hour, the intake suck up all the oxygen in the cabin and outside of the thing. You will lose oxygen. You need
That's just the
oxygen
person
mask.
What the fuck?
An ignorant person.
Yeah,
That's-
ignorant. Yeah. I was gonna say mad hood and call him ignorant, but
yeah, yeah. That's just a stupid person that's stretching to get fucking bigotry out there because
well,
I don't care.
like you said, people forget the shield is made out of vibranium,
Yeah.
which at that time, even vibranium was only in Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
Half the battle for Earth was fought in Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Sam Rogers, the original Cap, fought to defend Wakanda. Falcon, who became Captain America, fought to save Wakanda. Of course, they're gonna try to bless him.
Shit. Vibranium is the only thing that can make that fucking fight with the Red Hulk fair.
Yeah.
Right.
Shit.
And even that, they did a great job of showing just how much it could take. It's not a save all. It's not the fucking Deus Ex Machina. It's not that shit that, oh, well, now he's got that. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Yo, but you know, and then you sit here and the one thing that Anthony Mackie said before the movie even debuted was that Captain America, the values of Captain America isn't only an American concept. It should be for everyone around the world. the values that Captain America has. It showed it in this movie. He's saving the Japanese fighter pilots from themselves because it's not because they're Americans, I gotta save them. It's because they're in danger. I have to save them.
Yeah.
You don't tell Cap who to save.
And what did they say? The Japanese pilot was like, "Oh shit, Captain America's saving us."
Yeah,
Thus proving his fucking point that Captain America shouldn't be looked at as just a symbol of Americanism. He
Yeah.
should be looked at as a symbol of heroism. Period.
there's a possibility, Loki.
I guarantee you, this Canada's looking at candidates right now. And James Howlett, who still looks 23 or 32 or whatever his age is right now, is being recruited. Because remember, before they even came up with the Weapon X program, Wolverine has always had bone claws.
Yep.
So having him running around doing whatever he's doing is perfect for him to have bone claws now or in the past that we don't know about because he's clandestine, and now he's got his fucking animanium.
Yo, and it'd be dope that if you had, 'cause I was gonna say Steve Rogers, but let's say we get away from if Bucky remembers Wolverine, like he runs into him, he's like, James. He goes, who the fuck is James? And it's like, my name is Logan, but Bucky knows him as James Howlett. You know, like I know you from World War II. What the fuck are you doing a lot?
So you get that look of recognition, like
Yeah.
Right.
Wait a minute. You know, and then Wolverine's like, because he lost his memories, he's like, who the fuck is this cocksucker? You know. But all right, so going into the little snippets that they did, I like the way that they turned Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross into the Red Hulk.
yeah, I have one issue with it. I love the whole microdosing, and he doesn't know that that's in him. Because in the comics, he clearly went and said, "Yo, make
Me a Hulk,
Blonsky.
Yeah.
Give me that shit. Nobody can stop this Hulk. I'll fucking stop him." My only small issue is Jen got the blood in her and was Jen. Just fucking green. Thaddeus wasn't Thunderbolt, wasn't Red Hulk. He was just a Hulk. He didn't retain his intelligence. He didn't retain his combat skills and his tactics. Because I believe the fight would have been even better if Thunderbolt Ross, like if Sam went in and was like, I know how to do with a Hulk. I gotta calm him down. And Thaddeus turned around and was like, what the fuck you trying to calm me down for? Okay. And like, oh shit, he's conscious.
Yeah.
And the Thunderbolt Ross in him is fucking flared up. And the whole time it's a battle of I'm gonna try to dodge his punches and try to talk him down. Because it wasn't a fist fight anyway.
Yeah.
And he tried to talk him down after they leveled half the fucking thing anyway. So try to talk him, and let's see that with a tactical mind with the thing. So when he does finally calm down, there's a bigger or a more meaningful transition to we find out he gave up the presidency and he volunteered to go to the RAF. Not because I lost control and this guy manipulated me into doing all this shit. But him, who, if he really wants to change for Betty, how powerful is it a statement? Yeah, I lost control. I might have turned into this because of my anger, but I was in control. I like that anger. But I realized where I fucked up.
Yeah.
To me, that seems like a stronger message. But to the point, one of the other videos we saw was saying that they went to the door of these messages and never pushed all the way through.
Yeah. Well, all right. So before we get to the messages, did anyone else realize or like notice or see that even though he was the Hulk, it was like an old man having the Hulk's power? I still saw like the Red Hulk was like moving a little slower. Like he hasn't fully realized that he has the power of the Hulk. Like he did some of the stuff that he knows the Hulk does, but it's like a old, like he's just moving slow for a Hulk. Like the Hulk got his ass kicked already, and he's like I've noticed that this is an old man being the Hulk here.
I didn't notice that because I just attributed it to, well, they're not letting the reality of the tactical mind set in, so he's just blindly doing whatever. So you could be 100% right with that. I mean,
Yeah.
if they had Harrison Ford do any type of motion capture, of course it's gonna look like
Yeah.
110-year-old was trying to fucking do this shit.
Word. Yo, show. What did you
My
think
man
of the
said
Hulk?
110-year-old.
Word.
Joe, you still with us?
Cap, I think you're right, man. They should have had at least showed up one time with the mustache.
Yeah. It would have been dope. Yo, show. I see your shit moving.
Yeah, I say, yo, what's up?
What do you think of the Red Hulk?
Amazing, amazing Red Hawk. Looked amazing. I like the color. He does look weak, like you said. Like I'm surprised he didn't rip through that fucking shield in one swipe, or the wings, or rip that man apart. If you ain't got no magic powers, you can't go up against the Hulk.
I mean, yo, but did you see when the Hulk punched his wings, how much of that kinetic energy was being stored in them?
Mm-hmm.
That was one touch, and that shit was like, damn.
Wing. Sure rip one off though.
Word, yeah.
Yo, even Sam was like, "Oh shit," when he saw
Yeah.
how much energy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I was watching this scene when he was ripping the wings off, and you saw the kinetic energy. I was like, oh, wow. Like they actually put some thought into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't just rip one wing off. That's it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But all right, so because we're about to end the night, but this movie, it went back and dipped its toe into the original, well, the Incredible Hulk. Obviously the Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it also went into the Celestials, the Eternals, which is Lay's favorite movie.
Yep.
It gave us Animanium. Now, I think there's more than just Animanium and the Celestial, but it also gave us the idea, maybe Sam Wilson goes, maybe I can bring back the Avengers outside of the government. We do know now why they can't call themselves the Thunderbolts in Thunderbolts Asterisk. Because even in the coming track, we saw the coming tracks before the movie. He goes, "Oh, we're the Thunderbolts," and he goes, "We can't call ourselves that."
Wow.
Now we know why they can't call themselves that. So maybe they're the Dark Avengers. Maybe there's something else. But this has opened up the gates to possibilities of other things that might not be on our radar. The Young Avengers, we got another Falcon. Just what if the president of the United States is now a hero, a mutant? Something like, what I'm saying? Like, because now we don't know who the president is. We don't know I know they wanted to sign that treaty where everybody got a piece of the animanium.
which they did sign.
Yeah, but we don't know what that fully entails because, like they said, they only showed animanium. So someone could be fucking someone in this, like they all thought.
Yeah, who else knows what kind of materials you can get from that?
Yeah, because you know that it's a celestial.
Right.
If all you found was animanium, then you wasn't looking. There's
Yeah.
probably fuel in there that goes to multiverses or galaxies or some shit that that people that like the Guardians of the Galaxy know about. Like that's probably what they're using to do jumps.
Yo,
And now the American people are like, yo, we could catch up to them.
dude, let's not forget Siri. She changed the composition, the fucking chemical composition of that fucking
Celestial.
whole entire
Yeah.
being.
So this movie it opened up the floodgates. So like I gave some possibilities of what might happen in the future, but what do you guys think outside of us knowing that we got Secret Wars and Doomsday coming up? What do you think the future is for the MCU based off of this movie?
All right,
I'll
definitely Weapon X. Weapon X is coming.
That's what I was gonna say. Who are they fighting with that extra scene? Are they fighting the X-Men?
No, I think he was talking about the fact that he has predicted that other multiverse exists and there will be a collision, and we're gonna have to fight other people from other universes.
Okay.
Okay, I thought that was the that was the little bridge to the X-Men. Yo, you're gonna bump into these people. I was confused.
Yeah, that was super fucking vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where Lade thinks that he's talking about Kang.
I mean, if he was, then that's something they didn't fucking reshoot because we passed that shit.
Yeah. Nah, but like you said, I like all the, like I said from the beginning, I like all the subtle hits and not so subtle hits when they're referencing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it right. They just didn't say, hey guys, this right here is blue. We want you to believe it's blue. They're like, hey guys, we're gonna put it in here that the Red Room fucking Black Widows is an actual thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And-
Bucky's actually running for office, which does happen in the comic book. You know what I'm saying? Like they incorporated a lot of stuff here. They just weren't pulling shit out their ass.
Yeah.
They weren't they weren't throwing shit up against the wall and see what stuck.
Yeah.
Like they're really trying to use this movie to piece other movies together at other venues, which I like.
Now,
Yeah.
to answer your question about what's coming next, I had already said the Weapons X, but this does now open the door to a revamped roster for the full Avengers,
Right.
and leading into the Young Avengers, because Sam is going to find out, if he starts putting together a team, he's going to find out that Kamala Khan is doing shit on her end. And there's probably going to be an acknowledgement of, all right, well, you guys handle this until you're fully trained and can join us, and we'll handle this.
It's going to be like Justice League and Young Justice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which would then lead into, hey, I got Isaiah Bradley's grandson here who we can
Patriot,
throw
right?
in. The
He's the
Patriot.
Patriot. Yeah.
Who gets his powers from like a vitamin supplement or like a pill that he's been taking that augments him for a short burst of time.
Which could be someone who's not as smart as the other people trying to make the super soldier serum.
Well,
and
it could be a natural progression of what Sharon Carter was doing with the super soldier serum. Because remember, they destroyed all the shit, the fucking lab.
Yeah.
So the next thing is she has her guys synthesize fucking tablets, microdosing,
Right.
what the kids call it.
So that way, it's like you want to be super soldier, you got to come to me all the time.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Very
Um,
cool.
all right, so you want to get to these top 10 reasons why there's bad reviews or why
Yes.
they're negative? All right. So let's see. Number one, it feels like a retreat of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Or retreat.
Like a retread?
A retread.
Retread. It feels like a retread of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Well, I mean that's only because we had the TV show to establish this character, so it's a continuation
Yeah.
of the TV show.
All right. Yeah, so that's like saying part 2 of Lethal Weapon felt like they just continued part 1. All right, the second one. There are too many subplots to follow.
See,
Real quick, Show, what do you think of that? I want to get Show's opinion.
There's too many subplots to follow.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. It's a lot of subplots that people might not even know about. Like you just said, it was a little vague. Some people were thinking it's one thing, some people are thinking, but isn't that a good thing? Because that leaves you wondering what's coming without knowing what's coming.
I mean, it can be. Sure. What were some of the subplots that you noticed that differed from the main plot of the movie?
Some of the subplots that I noticed. Let me see. Let me. Matter of fact, I took notes. Hold on.
You know something,
I hope you're not drunk. So,
Leon? There's a possibility that he's talking about mutants.
yeah. Again, it's so fucking vague. He could be talking about mutants. He could be talking about other. He could be talking about the knuckleheads. For all we know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna see if I make sense because you put me on the spot. But first, they had the story of the original Captain America that was also black.
Okay.
That's a little sub story in its own. Uh, Let me see what else. What else was there? Him trying to get the Avengers together. Him
Okay.
facing other people in the future. Him him trying to figure out what kind of Captain America he was another little story within the story. Now I don't know if this all these little stories made the actual movie feel bad, but there was a lot of little branches to this movie.
I tell you what, sure, you came up with more than I did. Because to be honest, I didn't see any. I didn't see any fucking too many subplots. There was the main. This is what happens in every story. There was the main story and the ancillary shit that happens around during life.
Fair enough. Fair
So,
enough.
I just want to give a honorable mention to homeboy with the fucking knives and the hatchet. I forgot it.
Carlos Esposito,
Yeah, yo, he was nasty.
Sidewinder, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was nasty in that movie.
Yeah, I was about to say that, and to let you know, his portrayal of Sidewinder was good.
This is where me being a comic book reader kind of supersedes my movie going self. Because for the plot of a movie, does Sidewinder need to be in this movie? No, you could take him out and the movie plays the exact same. But being a comic book reader, it is always a fucking villain who just randomly shows up for a couple of panels, does some shit, has a cool set piece, maybe ties in a little bit more, and then bounces. Or if it's a big crossover event, you see one character and like, cool, to find out what he was doing in here, read the other shit. So I'm already conditioned to to the way they used his character. So it doesn't bother me that is a subplot that came in and wasn't explained and didn't go anywhere. Because it's just how comics work.
Yeah.
But again, that's an issue that I have been conditioned to deal with.
Well, I mean, to me, it was clear that the leader was using him as a pawn.
Yeah, like he was inconsequential because the leader didn't need him for anything other than
This part of the plan.
yeah. This is the part of the plan, and then there was further set up that if they want to bring in the rest of the actual Serpent Society, they could do so down the line.
Yeah. All right. So number 3, exposition plagued what is an uneven script. I don't know what was uneven about.
Yeah, I don't know what's uneven, and I don't even know what too much exposition was. If you've seen all the movies that preceded this and the TV shows, like you know what the Celestial Island is, you know what the fuck Animanium is, you know who the leader is, you know his connection to Thunderbolt Ross,
See, the
you know
problem
his connection to like
the problem with people fucking reviewing these movies, they're reviewing this movie like if this was a brand new movie that came out and people watched it for the first time, and they're like, this doesn't make any sense. There's fucking 30 years of movies that you gotta watch. It's like, do you watch episode 17 of season 8 of a fucking TV show and go, well, this TV show sucks because I don't know what the fuck is going on? Because in reality, these are just movie fucking TV shows. This incorporates other movies. It's like you watch Fast 12 and they incorporate what happened in Fast 1 through 6, and you go, well, I didn't watch those, so this movie sucks. It's like, no, then what? You know what you're getting into when you get into this fucking movie. Either you do what Show did and go watch The Incredible Hulk and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or you take it for what the fuck it is and leave it the fuck alone. So now, it makes a forgotten MCU movie required viewing.
so this is to your point. We're like, yo, why wouldn't you have watched all the other shit? For the casual fan, for like show had to go back and watch The Incredible Hulk in order to pick up on things. And yeah, I get it. But at the same time, again, being conditioned as a comic book fan, you're reading from issue 1 to issue 420. Like
Yeah,
a lot
that's
of
how
parts.
we're just conditioned for that.
But here's the thing, though. See, this is where I don't get is a forgotten MCU movie required viewing. Are you talking about The Incredible Hulk? Or are you
Yes.
talking about the Eternals?
It's the
Are you?
incredible. The
No,
Incredible
I know,
Hulk
I
special.
know, I know. But are you talking about the Eternals? Are you talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier? Are you talking about fucking the last movie that they made with the Civil War? Are we talking about all those other movies? Because there were parts of all those movies I just mentioned in this movie also. God forbid they talk about a movie that you may have to go rewatch. That's what a sequel does. This movie expands upon other movies. God forbid. What's next? Secret Wars suck because you got to know what's happening before you go and watch. It makes you watch other shit to put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Yeah. That's what you signed up for. That's what makes it our movie. We don't go into the Notebook and say, oh, we had to watch Days of Our Lives to fucking know what the fuck. No. That's y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? But then the next one. Many reshoots are easy to tell apart and distract from the plot. It's funny because Cap just said he couldn't tell where the reshoots were.
Yeah, I cannot tell one. I cannot tell you one bit what the fuck was reshot and what wasn't. And maybe that's
And if it was reshot, maybe they just took out lines because
yeah.
it all looked like a cohesive movie. They
Like
just probably cut out.
there was at no point where I was like, oh, so this is where Seth Rollins was supposed to
Yeah.
be, and they just cut him out and put this dude in,
Yeah, like,
and
the
this is
camera
where
started panning to the end of the street and then just clicked back to it was like, wait,
yeah,
what was supposed to be there? Was that Seth?
yeah,
Who shot that rocket? Why was there an explosion and nothing happened? Wait a minute.
I couldn't
Where's the
tell that
baby?
Diamondback was supposed to be in this movie at all.
Yeah.
There was no allusion to her. Nobody said Diamondback, and then you were like, Diamondback, where the fuck is she at? And then she just never appeared. Like I don't know, but maybe I'm the idiot one.
Yeah. Ties to the greater MCU hinder its potential. What?
I guess it's because even the thing that I said where it feels like this is a movie that's happening and Cap got pulled into it. The fact that it had to hook into other shit prevented it from just being a standalone Cap movie. Maybe
All
that's
right,
what
so,
they're getting at.
well, the next one it says Sam Wilson feels out of character.
Which I don't know why. That's exactly how it's always been.
Yeah. Fails to match the height of previous Cap movies.
I
Well,
you know
what? Which one? Are you talking about the original Avenger where everybody hated? Are you talking about Civil War where everybody loved it because it was the Civil War where they had Spider-Man, and or are you talking about Winter Soldier where it was basically a soft Avengers movie? Which Captain America movie are you talking about? Because the one Steve Rogers standalone movie we got, people hated.
yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of those people.
It feels unnecessary with no sense of urgency.
Hmm.
Cap. I mean, Cap was trying to get Isaiah out of jail. The president was trying to fucking make sure the leader wasn't doing shit. Like I don't- you know what it is? I think it's because there was no worldly threat. Like Cap didn't have to fucking go into the fucking quantum realm to stop a nuclear missile from destroying the planet. I guess.
Dude, which is funny you say that there was no worldly threat. But there was an actual real world threat. We don't
Yeah.
sign this treaty and now it's an arms race.
Yeah. It was
And
about
now
to be
people
World War
suffer.
Three.
And it doesn't even have to be World War III. It could be a Cold War now between multiple countries that are jockeying for this, which now takes the bureaucratic process into an even deeper fucking nosedive into shit.
Yeah.
Because each government is more focused on that island than doing whatever the fuck they need to do in their respective homes. Like, not everything needs to be, oh my god, the world's gonna fucking end.
Yeah. And then the last one, and this is your favorite one, Cap. There is very little fun to be had. I mean, them training with Isaiah, the Spanish dude acting like the younger brother who's annoying, you know, that seemed fun to me.
I mean, it. I was enjoying myself when that big ass dude was like, "Yo, you want to take a break? I know your rib broke." And then Sam caught him back and broke his arm.
Yeah.
I was like, I had fun with this movie. I had more fun with this movie than Toad did with the Marvels.
Hmm.
Word. And they were dancing.
Yeah,
And Hulk loves when they dance.
Of course.
that was his favorite part of the movie, the
Right.
Disneyland scene.
Show, what'd you feel? Did you think there was too little fun to be had?
Dee-dee-dee-dee.
Unmute yourself, Show.
He might have stepped away.
Yeah. Show might have been under the weather. I mean, those are the 10 reasons that they said that the movies are getting negative reviews. I think you're full of shit, and that the reason why I think that that's bullshit is because everyone emphasizes the color of this man's fucking skin and the fact that his shit came from Wakanda. I wonder how they would have fucking felt if his shit came from Latveria.
Yo, I'll tell you right now. 10 reasons why it's not getting good reviews, right? The cinema score, which I trust most above all, is a B something, which is not really good. I will admit that. Coming out of the theater, word of mouth has not been strong. But on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a site that can easily be manipulated into the negative, fan score is 80%. That's really good for this movie.
There we go.
So that goes to show you that there are people who enjoyed this movie immensely. Well, let's say not immensely, but they did enjoy this movie. And there are quite possibly more people who enjoyed this movie than there are people who are making videos about this movie.
All right, I'm gonna ask you this question one more again.
Your accent showed for a second.
Yeah. Did you find this movie to be fun?
Not really. To me, it was more informational and preparing for the future. It wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun movie. Like it wasn't. My kids fell asleep, so obviously it wasn't a fun movie. It was more for us. Well, for y'all, I'm beginning to be a comic head now, but it was more for you comic heads that know everything, read the comic books. They gave y'all one. I don't know if y'all disagree. This wasn't for us, the regular person.
I can't disagree with that because I got everything I was looking for, but I was looking for specific things. So if you weren't looking for the same things I was looking for, and you said it wasn't fun for you, well, I mean, we got to take you as the common man. Probably the majority of everybody else probably has similar thoughts.
Does this mean I'm leaving the common man and becoming one of y'all? Because like I said, I enjoyed it. I was looking for these little hints and shit, even though I didn't know they were gonna be there. Like you guys have trained me well. My kids were probably bored as fuck. They, like I told you, they fell asleep. My wife said she hated it. She didn't like it. She was like, this is almost as bad as fucking Thor, loving whatever.
Love
I
and
was like,
Thunder.
Hold
yeah,
on.
loving Thunder.
Did she tell you why she thought this was as bad as the worst movie Marvel has ever made?
No, she didn't. But I was guessing because it wasn't like I said, it wasn't made for the common man where you could sit there and just watch a movie, enjoy it, go home and say, "Wow, Captain America was awesome." No, this was you needed to know some information, or you needed to be already involved in the story. So to those people, it probably was boring. Like I don't feel like I had to go back and watch another movie to actually put two and two together. Like I had to work.
So there you go. There you go, Vin. That's the whole. It made an irrelevant movie required watching. We just heard that without all that knowledge and all that, it's starting to get not for everybody. At a time where Marvel really needs this to hit strong, they need it to be for everybody because they're not gonna make money if 3 out of the 4 of us go watch it every movie they do.
Well, I think that one worldwide it made 192 mil, and they made 100 domestic here over the weekend.
It made 88.
Was it 88?
Yeah.
I mean, the article I read was like they made 100 here, which I was like, yeah, but I mean, think about it. On the weekend, which is considered Valentine's Day weekend or whatever, you know, a lot of people that probably didn't go watch the first episodes because they were, you know, celebrating Valentine's Day, to me is the real point is going to be made from now till after the next weekend.
Yeah.
Because if it can grow and grow more in this week, then that's when you know they have an actual hit on their hands. Which I don't get a lot of people giving it negative reviews. It's like I've seen a lot worse movies. And it's like, are you mad because Captain America is now a minority, if you want to call him that? It's like, like I did not see anything wrong with the film. It was enjoyable. The action scenes were great. You know what I'm saying? It backtracks to different points in the universe. It's like, yo, and it wasn't too long. Like I was seeing somebody, like I was telling somebody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, oh, they thought it was rushed. To me, I didn't think it was rushed. To me, I thought it was just done right. Because if they rush it and it's faster than what it is right now, then everybody's like, oh, they left so much out of it. But if they try to stuff everything in it, it gets too long. And then people are going to complain about, oh, the movie's too long. To me, the movie felt just right. Like when the movie ended, I stood up and I'm like, you know what? Oh, wasn't that bad. But they still had time to incorporate little things here and there.
Yeah, I've said it before. I think the problem is that Marvel needs 100% undisputed hits right now, and it just showed you B something cinema score, 80% Rotten Tomatoes, middling reviews. Me and Tove have been watching Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, right? I kind of like it. I actually think that it's a very good depiction of Spider-Man. I'm looking at the reviews here. Fan reviews, 67% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not for the common viewers. It is what Marvel is doing is no longer hitting it out of the park. Because people forget that we don't need every movie to hit it out of the park.
Correct.
We could take base hits, doubles, triples.
A filler here and there.
Yeah, maybe one or two sacrifice flies. We can't take any more strikeouts. But it seems like with baseball today, if it's not a home run, it doesn't register.
So a lot of people.
Let's see what Daredevil does, because Daredevil might be another one that falls into the trap where people who watch the Netflix shows and people who love Daredevil are like, yo, this is amazing. And everybody else who's just walking in is like, I'm not feeling this.
I think Marvel's getting to the point where they need to start freestyling and not. I think they need to drop the comics and just start making amazing movies. Put a lot of effects. Matter of fact, start building a new story. Yeah, almost. Well, I spoke to Toe. He told me there's about 100 years of stories left, so it's not like they're running out. But
they are building into a new story. They're building into Secret Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, and then after that's gonna be the Mutant Saga.
Well, here's the thing, Show. The reason why I wouldn't agree with you is because Game of Thrones, the first couple seasons went off of the books. Now everyone loved Game of Thrones. Then the last season, or the last two seasons, they went freehand because the books weren't done yet. And people hated those. They hated the way it ended because now we discovered democracy. We went from people flying dragons and killing everybody to now democracy. Okay, cool. Like this had nothing to do with what's going on. When you get a movie like The Lord of the Rings, it's either for you or it's not. the Harry Potters. It's for you or it's not. People love the movies, they love the books because they went very close hand in hand. When you get a movie that is based off of a book, but they go so far away from it, it's like that's not the book. You know, it's almost like we're gonna make a movie about the NBA, and it's gonna take place in the 90s, early 90s. You're sitting here going, "Oh shit, they're gonna make a movie about Jordan and Magic and all these people," and you're watching a Korean soap opera, and it's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, oh well, one of the characters loves basketball. What the fuck does that have to do about the NBA in the 90s? Well, it's taking place in the 90s and he loves basketball. Nigga, this ain't a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the expectation. When you go, here goes a Marvel movie about Secret Wars. If anybody likes the movies and don't know what Secret Wars is, they're going to ask somebody what the story is. And when they go, this is the story, that's just dope, and you watch the movie and you go, wait a minute. This is not what was said to me. Or this is nothing like what the fuck I read in the book. What the fuck did you do? That's where all these flops and shits come from.
Dude, that's the issue that the original Jurassic Park had. Everybody who didn't read the book was like, yo, this movie's amazing. And everybody who read the book went, what the fuck is that? The only reason it was a success is because there was more of us who didn't read the book who went and fucking saw it.
Yeah. I mean, everybody wanted to see dinosaurs.
I mean, there is a new Jurassic Park coming out.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, and it's a Blade movie from my They gotta stop the bloodsuckers.
And on that note.
Yeah, on that note, tomorrow, Knucklehead Sports will be back. We will be talking about Aaron leaving the Jets, the NBA All-Star game. The Mets demanding the fans go to the fucking games because they got Juan Soto. And all the stupid comments about we shouldn't have an All-Star game and all this other bullshit that's been going around the world that you demand us knuckleheads to talk about because we're the only people who got some brains in between our ears. Now Thursday, we're gonna be knucklehead wrestling with knuckleheads. We're gonna be back live. People, they haven't said his name yet. I don't know if they said it tonight on NXT.
They did.
Oh, okay. So Moose also showed up on NXT. And Tony Khan booed out of Australia because of the ticket prices and all that other shit. There's a lot of things that the fans don't like. So we're gonna talk about that shit even more. And on Saturday, because Show is off of work on Saturday, I'm gonna say that shit so everybody can expect Show to be there on Saturday for the Show and the Show on Saturday. This Saturday, not last Saturday. This Saturday, the 22nd of February, at 9 p.m. The Toe and the Show with Toe and Show. We're gonna be talking about some shit.
I'll be there.
He'll be there. And if he doesn't show up, we're gonna put Ray through a table. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.
Hasta la pasta.